what's up guys? Heroes Only. Back with another deck profile video. This one is going to be a little different. This is the first ever RB K9 deck profile. So I picked up these cards from the last two sets. I opened a case of Duelist Advance, so I have all the RB cards. I have a play set of all of them, and then I picked up the K9 stuff from Justice Hunters, and basically from one box I pulled a Starlight Izuna, and then I traded in that Starlight Izuna for a play set of ultra rare Izuna. Great trade. And I really like the RB cards, and I really like the K9 cards as well. And you might say to yourself, well, you know, it's not hero. Well, you know, K9 is like a cop archetype, so you could say that they're heroes at heart. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the deck profile. So let's talk about the main deck. And first thing I want to say is these RB cards, I don't know why, I just think they're so cool. And you know, K9 kind of helps them. They splash really well together. So I think these RB cards are really cool. So let's start out. We play 1, 2, 3 cutter. Play 3 cutter. It's a spell negate when it points to a RB link monster. All the RB main deck monsters just special themselves if you control no monsters or only RB cards. They just special themselves out for free, and you can only special summon them once per turn that way. But just them being able to get themselves on the board for nothing is pretty awesome. And Cutter is my favorite of the RB main deck monsters. It's just a spell trap negate for free, right? Next in the lineup, my second favorite of the RB, Valken Rocket. Play this at 3 as well. 3 Valken Rocket. This one can only pop cards on your turn, but also notice that it's a level 5, so it can work with K9 Jokel as well, because Jokel just reveals itself in another level 5 and specials both. And what Rocket can do is Rocket on your turn can destroy itself, pay 1,000 life points, and pop. Yes, it targets up to 2 cards your opponent controls and attempts to destroy both of them. So Rocket is really good as well. So you got a little bit of removal with Rocket, a spell and trap negate with Cutter, and then that brings us into Driller. 3 Driller as well. So I'm just playing 3 of all of the RB main deck monsters. Driller is a monster pop, so it can pop itself and a monster that your opponent controls by paying 500. That'll do it for all the RB main deck monsters. 1 Funk Doc, and that'll do it for all RB cards. Funk Doc is basically the card that bridges K9 and RB together. Honorary RB card, Machina Citadel. So basically the RB monsters destroy themselves by their own effect to destroy an opponent's card. This card triggers in a graveyard when an Earth Machine monster is destroyed, which Driller and Cutter are Earth Machine monster. This card triggers in the graveyard and comes out, and when this card is on the field, you can quick effect target 1 machine, and then you can destroy monsters, all monsters your opponent controls with less attack than the monster that you targeted. I usually target himself, so anything with 3,000 or less attack will be destroyed by this card. And every time your Earth RB monster trigger their effects and this card is in the graveyard, he will always come back. Pretty nice tech. So that's an honorary RB card. And now for the K9 stuff. So we're playing 3 Azuna. Like I told you, I traded my Starlight for a playset of her. Azuna's really good. She reacts to any hand interaction your opponent has. She can special summon herself. And then she can send one K9 card from the deck to the grave. Usually Lupus. So K9 basically punishes any monster cards, specifically monsters, that activate from the hand. And then one of my personal favorites of K9, we got Jokel. 3 Jokel. Reveal Jokel in another level 5 and you can special summon Bolt. On the field, it has an ignition effect to add a K9 monster. Normally you're adding probably this, but you can add any K9 monster. But you're normally adding K9 Lantern. Now Lantern can target a non-pyro K9 monster, so it basically can't target itself, and special summon it and the monster that you targeted in the graveyard. And on the field, it's an ignition effect to search a K9 spell. So Lantern's pretty nice as well. I play 1 Lupus. I have a playset of Lupus, but I believe I only need it at 1 at the moment. So one Lupus. It can special itself from the hand or graveyard the turn that your opponent activated a monster effect from the hand or graveyard. And hand or graveyard, right? Yes. And then on the field, it can quick XZ on your opponent's turn. So like you can, long as the XZ summon meets the requirements. So Lupus by itself at best can get you like a Typhon, a surprise Typhon on your opponent's turn. But if you have the right material on the field, you can go into some rank 5 stuff. And then we played 3 Case for K9. On activation, it searches a K9 monster. And then the final 2 K9 cards I'm playing in the main deck are K9 Release Restraint and K9 X-Force Release. Basically, these 2 cards are like a rank up for K9. They special summon a K9 monster by targeting a rank 5 or targeting a K9 XZ monster that you control. This right here is another package I decided to include in the deck just to give it an extra layer, and it's Primite. So we're playing 3 Primite Lordly Load. You know what this card does. Activate it. On activation, add 1 Primite card from your deck to your hand. So 3 load. I'm playing 1 Drill Beam. Just adds an extra. Primite cards just add an extra layer to any deck that you play them in. And then I'm playing 2 Ether Barrel to finish out all the Primite cards. This deck can special a lot. The RB monsters just special themselves when you control no monsters or just RB cards. They special themselves. And then the K9 monsters can special themselves as well. So using Ether Barrel is a normal summon to get into your Primite package, which is an added form of interruption, is pretty good. And my honorary normal monster of choice is Mechanical Chasers. A little bit of 9 engine, playing 3 Ash. This card is not stained, but I'm going to show you anyway. This card is not stained in the deck. Right now, I got 3 Solemn Judgment. I might side it, but it's not stained in the main deck. This card is going to be Clockwork Knight. It's going to be 3 copies of Clockwork Knight. Clockwork Knight the spell, and then I have a Clockwork Knight the Link 1 on the way in the mail as well. I have some more stuff coming to strengthen this K9 RB deck. So you can look at it for the way it is now, but just know that these 3 cards are going to be Clockwork Knight. And then I just decided to throw in 1 Triple Tactics talent. So now we're going to jump into the extra deck. I played 2 Brute Blues. This is the RB Boss Monster. So while this card points to an RB monster, it gains attack equal to the original attack of RB monsters it points to. It can make a second attack during each battle phase, and cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while it points to a RB monster. And then I played 2 Falcon Rocket Booster. So this card, and I'd like to mention, the RB monsters or extra deck monsters, they just take machines to make them. So he takes 3 machines to make. Rocket Booster takes 2 machines to make him. So Clockwork Knight turning everything into a machine will actually benefit me and to get it into my RB cards much easier. And of course I pulled this beautiful Starlight from Duelist Advance. So that's everything RB. Honorary RB card. This card right here. This is the bridge. This and Funk Doc is the bridge that connects K9 and RB. Notice this is a rank 5 machine. It takes 2 level 5 monsters to make. I'm using this card to send Citadel from deck to graveyard. And then now my Citadel is live with my RB Earth machines that pop themselves by their own effect to trigger this to come out for like a Promethean Princess DPE like effect to summon itself from the grave and add interruption to your combo. Alright, now let's jump into the K9 stuff. I played 2 Ripper. Basically it can detach and add any K9 card, and then it's a quick effect when your opponent activates a monster effect in a hand or graveyard, detach to negate. So Ripper is really good. And then I played 2 Werewolf. Werewolf has 2 effects. You usually bring this out, you bring this out off of the K9 quickly spells that rank up your K9 XYZ monsters or rank 5 XZ monsters. And on your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can detach a material, look at your opponent's hand, banish 1 card face up until the end phase, and then on your turn, I can banish up to 1 card each from your opponent's field and graveyard. So it's got 2 different effects depending on whose turn it is. Now some generic extra deck stuff that don't really need much explaining. So I got an IP, SP, and then ignore the Underworld Goddess. This Underworld Goddess is turning into Clockwork Knight, the Link 1 machine monster. And also, I'll pop up the Clockwork Knight card on the screen if you don't know what it does. But basically, it can send a continuous spell to add Clockwork Knight, the spell card that turns everything into a machine from deck to hand by sending 1 face-up continuous spell you control. Well, let's talk a little bit. Isn't Primite Lordly Low the continuous spell? Isn't Case for K9 a continuous spell? So notice the synergy. Like, it's got awesome synergy. And like I said, I had to debut this because I'm the one that came up with this. So I have to debut it and show it off, you know, because I feel like I'm cracking the code on the K9 RB deck. So anyway, ignore that Underworld Goddess because it's not going to be there. And then finally, Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax to help push for game. access code talker to help push for game, and 1 Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis, because it's just a really good card. So yeah, that'll do it for the extra deck. I'm pretty sure this hand combos. So anyway, activate case for K9. On activation, search a K9 card. I will search K9 Joku. And then I will activate Joku, revealing Izuna to special summon them both. Izuna, when she's normal or special, to send a K9 monster. I will send K9 Lupus. It's funny because I get to showcase, unfortunately, no Primite cards, because I'm going to have to use my normal summon on Mechanical Chaser, but I still will get, it's just the fact that I ended up drawing this along with the Ether Barrels. But anyway, initial effect of Joku to add a K9 monster. So we will add a K9 Lantern. But let's be realistic. This wasn't a planned hand, so the fact that this even combos at all is really good. It shows you how fluid the deck is. So Joku, add Lantern. And then I overlay into Infinity Tracker, River Storm. Activate effect. I'll detach the Joku, and I'll take 1 Earth Machine and either add it to my hand or send it to the grave. I'm going to take my Machina Citadel, and I'm going to send it to the grave. Now, had I opened a RB monster, which, you know, I play 9 of them, 3 of, had I opened an RB monster, I wouldn't have had to use a normal summon on this, and I could have just got into my Primite stuff as well. But no hand is going to be perfect, and this hand still combos. So now that I've sent my Machina to the grave, I'll just normal summon Mechanical Chaser. Now I got 2 machines on board. So I will link them off into RB Valken Rocket Booster. On summon, effect to add a RB spell. I will add RB Funk Doc. Activate RB Funk Doc. On activation, add 1 RB card. Let's use a Rocket. I'll add Rocket, Valken Rocket. Now, since all the monsters I control are RB cards, I can special the Rocket. Now, link 3 into Brute Blues. Brute Blues ignition effect during the main phase to add a RB card. I'll add GA10 Cutter, my favorite RB card, because I control only RB special, and it's pointing to one of his zones. Now, RB side of the deck is done. I'm telling you, I keep going back to it, but boy, if I didn't have to use that normal summon, I could have got it in the Primite cards too, but it's all good. Now we're going to activate Lantern. Target. I guess it doesn't really matter. Lantern target Lupus. It's going to get used anyway. To special boat. Okay. So now Lantern on field ignition effect to add a K9 spell. We'll add K9 release restraint, which is the rank up that can use any rank 5 XZ. Now we overlay these two into a K9 Ripper. Ripper detached to add one K9 card. Now you can go for follow-up by adding a case for K9, or you can go for a little bit more interruption and add the other rank up K9 spell. Your choice. Sometimes I go for follow-up and add another case for K9, but it depends on what you're looking for. Now you will set these two. So you got two rank ups that turn into banish, that can turn into a banish. And you have a spell and trap negate, which will trigger itself and destroy and negate that spell or trap, which will trigger Machina Citadel. Since a Earth Machine was destroyed by card effect, this will come out. And then Doc would also trigger to summon another RB monster from the deck, which you can make a driller. So now you got another monster pop as well. And then of course Ripper is a monster effect in a hand or graveyard. So it's pretty good, and it puts up this board pretty consistently. And if you can get into at least one RB card and you see some of your Primite stuff, you'd have a drill beam set as well. But other than that, I'll leave you there. Just show you that little combo. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoyed this new style of deck profile. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.